Welcome to Business Purpose and Clarity with Petri. I'm your host. We talk about startup life, insights, practical tips, mistakes, failures, and everything between. Can we move on? Can you sign it already? Can we start the relationship, please? Business bullies. Have you seen them? Have you experienced negotiations, business partners, investors, people who act like a reasonable and nice, but yet somehow they seem deaf. They don't hear you. There's something off. There's something they don't get. It seems that they're listening to you. It seems that they're nodding, agreeing. It seems that they are really interested to do the things what you've been discussing. Yet, their actions, for some weird reason, are not in alignment with their talk. Those are business bullies. Swipe left, leave, ignore, avoid at any cost, run away. Whichever is the easiest. It doesn't get better. Things are not getting more reasonable. They use you because they want to use you. They see that you're desperate. They see that you want something. But more importantly, they want something out of you. When you have the perception to see the inception and you get more clarity over the years, you get more experience of these situations, it becomes easier to pick the signals, see what's going on earlier and earlier. The unfortunate reality is that if you play along their game, you're the one who are suffering at the end. Or it takes enormous amount of effort, time, often money, to put things in the proper track again. Or maybe you just need to cancel things later on at cost. The better way is not easier, but yet it's the only way, is to avoid these type of situations, partnerships, opportunities as early as possible, because it seldom gets any better. If you stop and think about the expectations you have, why are you actually doing this? What are you trying to get out of this relationship, agreement, partnership, whatever it is, what are you doing? You may realize that if the other party is acting the way they are, it is in reality impossible to get what you want. So in that case, it's better not to engage at all. What are the warning signs? There are many. If you get an NDA in the very beginning and it's very one-sided and it's very outrageous, you get a feeling that this is not really a nice one. That's something. If you get an agreement, draft obviously, which is really one-sided and really obnoxious, do you think it gets better if you start to try to correct it? Because you're already starting from the wrong angle and position. What might happen is that you try to do some corrections to the draft, send them back, explain why this is unreasonable or how things should be, and what would be more beneficial for both parties. Then you're waiting for the next draft coming back, and everything you have said has been omitted, ignored. How does that make you feel? Do you think it's getting better? Well, there's no difference if there's someone between. If they say that, it's the lawyer, the attorney doing the rogue thing and blaming it on to somebody else because they don't know the details or they were not part of that part of the process. Well, who owns the whole thing? Who owns the total process, the relationship with you? The one who does that is the one who is responsible. It doesn't make it any better if they didn't know, because that tells also something about their character, level of ignorance, or some other aspects which are not really appealing or putting them in a good light. Do you really want to work with these type of people?